Former never pass. And tonight we can feel this together in the room and in celebrating the Hall of Fame. And I thank you very much for this honor, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
'To introduce Ann Marsh into the Hall of Fame, I'd like to introduce Felicia Zimmerman, and for some emotional assistance, Iris Zimmerman.
I'm all dressed up. All right. Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to all the inductees. You know, when I look around the room and I see fencers from various generations and people that I used to look up to, like Minnie and Gay and Stacy, as fencers, we also have a community of people who are from various countries also here attending this event. And I was thinking about it, and each of us is a thread. And together we weave kind of the fabric of the fencing community, of this fencing village, because we all have similar stories to share, and it's just so great to be here and to hear it and to be participating in it. So, I'd like to start off by saying, you eating that? So, that table will understand what that quote means, because every time you would have a dinner or a lunch or you're eating a snack and Anne was next to you or near you, and if you did not finish your meal or your snack within a certain period of time that she thought you needed to do, she would start reaching over and asking if you're eating that. That really is basically Anne in a nutshell. She knows what she wants, and she goes out and gets it. I mean, who else goes to one of the top medical schools in the country and makes her third Olympic team at the same time? Yeah, exactly. So for over 10 years, the name Marsh, when called to a fencing strip, made you tremble, made a lot of people tremble. Even the most seasoned athletes couldn't help but shake a little while when they were hooked up to fence with Anne. You know, Iris wrote here, she helped me write this, actually she's wonderful. We heard that Sabina Bao, I actually witnessed Sabina Bao, the silver medalist at the 1988 Olympic Games, cry when she found out that Anne was in the same direct elimination bracket with her. She was already crying on the bus after the round, and, you know, Anne was extraordinarily happy about that. And we were extraordinarily happy about it because we got to watch her beat her. There's no doubt in anyone's mind that Anne was fierce. Anne had and still has presence, skill, power, and above all else, perseverance. She was determined because one, it's her personality, but two, she had to be determined. Today, U.S. Fencing tweets about our wonderful results, medals of our current fencers, but Anne was at the top of the international ranks. Top 8 in the world, and top 8 in the 96 and 2000 games. And when no one else was really setting those records, she was great. It was always amazing to see the expressions on the faces of the international fencers and Europeans when she would make the top 8. And I believe she was also an inspiration to other fencing countries that were not as strong, that you could really do this, that you could break through. This wasn't just a European-dominated sport. So enough about Anne's results. What I'm really here to do is to give you the dirt, the scoop, the dish, to tell you about Anne that you may not know, to give you the reasons why she was such an inspiration to me, to Iris, to Jane, to Susan, to a whole generation of fencers that watched her on the strip. So if you've never had the opportunity of fencing Anne, if you never had the opportunity of fencing Anne, sorry you missed that. But really, when you, as Stacy said, it's really about the team. And if you've ever had the chance to fence with Ann in a team event, it was great. She was our rock. You know, in the team event, you have people who open, who are in the middle, and who are closers. And Ann was usually our closer for the team events. And she just had this dominating spirit on the strip. It was great because sometimes you would feel a little bit, and she could see sometimes that you would feel a little bit nervous, that you weren't sure that, you know, if you could fence that next bout. And she never really approached you to say, you know, don't be nervous. You know, what are you so afraid of? Instead, she would say it in a way that it was like, you're going to go out there and you're going to show them what you're made out of. All right? You're going to do this. And it just put so much energy into you. So you stopped being afraid, and she just stamped it right out. Well, Iris. No, okay. Iris was going to say something, but decided that she was not. She's just here for me.
Good.
Okay. So personally, I remember, the one thing I really remember about Ann is her friendship. And I remember being in Germany training for, I took a year off of high school. I finished high school and took a year off before attending college. And I lived in Bonn. And I was by myself, and Ann pretty much wrote me almost on a weekly basis. So I have a stack full of letters and postcards from her, and sometimes she would send me tapes just to help me along when I was out there. And we'd always trade postcards whenever we were out at a place where the other person wasn't. So it was always so great to have someone so close to you, like a sister, really pushing for you, really in your corner. And she was never the kind of person who was petty about it, you know, and you weren't. She was always backing you up, no matter what. And even if she didn't do well that day, the next thing you see is she's on the side of the strip, helping you out, giving you advice, and, you know, giving you a lot of positive vibes, and yelling at the referees. So, Ann has secrets to her success that only few of us know. In order to be successful, you must follow Ann's 3-step ritual of tournament preparation. Number 1, get dressed before anybody else gets dressed. You got to get all your stuff on before anyone else in the venue. She loved that. She loved being ready. And I would always take my time. I had this ritual of taping my fingers, and she was always like, can we warm up? Can we fence it? I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm pulling my socks up, and, you know, I had my tempo. Second is step in the Ann ritual of success. I'm sorry, Ann, I'm really going to embarrass you now. Which is, you have to make sure you visited the bathroom or a nearby trash can to empty the contents of your stomach. Yes. She was always a little nervous before a tournament, and every time she would run to the bathroom and we'd say, are you ready yet? And she'd come back out of the bathroom, she's like, I'm ready to go. And sometimes if she skipped that step, you may need to bring the trash can out on the side of the strip. Sorry, Ann. Anyway, the third and final step to her success is you don't want to stretch much. You only want to do a few lunges to warm up because you need to sustain your energy to hook up, salute, and smash your opponents in the ring. Yep, that's Ann in a nutshell. Are you eating that? Congratulations, Ann. So proud of you.
I had food poisoning. Every turn.
thanks so much for this honor. Thanks a lot for sharing everything with everyone, Felicia and Iris. Actually, I was going to tell you all kind of a funny story, is that I gave a talk to a group of Girl Scouts a couple weeks ago. And it was a group of 11-year-old Girl Scouts. I think there were about 30 or 40 of them. And I thought it'd be nice we could all sit in a circle and talk about our feelings about sports and what activities we enjoy. I didn't really realize that 11-year-old girls don't really talk much. But I did try to get across to them that the reason that I fenced so long and that I loved fencing so much is because it really was my passion. And that's probably what it was for a lot of you too. And what I was trying to get across to them is that they should keep trying things in life until they found their passion. So definitely I think fencing was my greatest passion, and all through high school I remember, sitting in class and, taking notes, and also then making a list on the margin of the drills I wanted to work on that week and what things about my footwork I thought I needed to improve. I was pretty, one of my friends from high school, I see her now, her daughter's about my daughter's age, and when we talk about high school, she's like, well, we were at high school, you were just fencing. So that's kind of how she remembers most of high school with me. But I wasn't really very good when I first started fencing. I played a lot of sports, but I didn't think that the stance was very comfortable, and I thought the moves were kind of awkward. And my dad loves to tell everyone that at my first state tournament, which was in Waukesha, Wisconsin, I believe it was the 1985 Midwest High School Championship, I scored 8 touches. I scored 6 touches on my opponent, and I hit the dresser twice. On accident. Point control was not that's part of my game in the beginning. But no, what Felicia talks about the U.S.